What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video in our tag mixer series. In the last video we just covered shortcodes again. I know I've shown that once before in the YouTube series that we did, but I needed to show it again in here because you know, sometimes different people watch different courses, and also it's good to do it again as a refresher. Anyway, and in this video what we're going to do is we're actually going to work on the tag mixer packages page a little bit. I kind of wanted to set it up because we've kind of been neglecting it in the background and not paying any attention to it, and so it's time for it to get a little bit of attention. And then after that we do some stuff there. We'll probably come back and set the switch for the user to be able to determine if it's going to be footer, site-wide, or shortcode, like I talked about in the last video. But back over here in the tag mixer packages page, it just says this is a packages page, and obviously this isn't going to do super boring to start, and secondarily it doesn't allow us to add any packages. And I've been putting a lot of thought into how I want to add the packages, because I will remind you guys, for like the millionth time I've said this, I'm actually building this real time, so this isn't like a let's build and I'm already way ahead of you guys. I'm just kind of thinking of things, like literally before I make the video, I'll spend a little bit thinking about what I want to do, and I really have no endpoint. There is no already completed plugin or anything. Like, we're building it together. So anyway, in this video I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a page here. I think I want to make the background black, just to do something different and to show you guys how to do that in WordPress. And then also I think we're going to finally use an accordion on here. So I have Bootstrap pulled up. I just wanted to already have it pre-pulled up, and I'm in the documentation, and I'm in components, and I'm in the collapse, and I wanted to use this accordion style group here, but the problem is there's already in our Visual Studio Code, there's already or in this WordPress, sorry, there's already some Bootstrap calls and stuff that make it kind of override its styling, so we're gonna have to do that on our own. So back over here, what I want to do is actually just close this stuff and then start back from the files. I told you guys I was going to start doing this again too. So back in the admin and in the partials and in the packages page. Alright, so this is that lame, boring packages page we have. And what I want to do here is I actually want to start by calling in the same stuff that we called it on our other page. Like all that, you remember we did that Google font and all that stuff? And I really am going to do that by just grabbing it and bringing it over here too. So if we grab this page, this is the one that has our other stuff on it, and we go to the top here, I kind of want to just steal these lines. And I kind of want to just put them over here. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, so let's just make a comment for ourselves. It just says, you know, this will actually be a public one, meaning a user can see it. Just like includes or something like that. I just wanted to bring in the same files and folders, and I mean, you know, the same resources. Alright, so that's not bad. So there's a good starting point. And so now we have access to all those. And so let's go ahead and bring in that well, let's actually give it a title too. Let's just start with the H1. Remember, Emmett, you can just type and hit tab. And we're just going to call this page tag mixer packages, obviously. And for the H1, and by the way, guys, this video is going to be just designing this page, laying it out, and then the next video we'll do a little bit of PHP stuff, and we'll kind of get the part ready where we can add a new one. So, and by the way, I forgot to even say at the beginning, hey, if you're not subscribed, hey, subscribe, will you? And if you are subscribed, I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and just give this an inline style, which is going to be just like this. And we want to make the color. Actually, at this point, we're not going to do any styling. Actually, let's just go ahead and build the page first. So let's give it a line break, and not a horizontal rule because we're going to make the background black, so that's not going to matter. And then I will probably end up writing some font in here as well about like what you can do with this page and all that. But at the moment, let's just go ahead and grab that accordion because I want to go ahead and get to that. So back over here, let's just go ahead and copy this, and then let's paste it in, and let's take a look at what we have. Now what you're going to see is that the accordion looks weird. See how it kind of is like it's spaced and it doesn't look right? I mean, it functions correctly, but you see how it kind of looks funky? Yeah, I think that's a problem with my theme. I don't know if that's a problem with all WordPresses when you put this into them, or if that's part of WordPress's issue, but we're going to go ahead and fix that right now because it's kind of irritating. And the way we can do that is we can just jump up to the top and do some in-page styling. I'm not usually a fan of doing this, but in this particular case, it's not a big deal. So the class that actually manages these is actually called card. So we can override that class inline by just doing it like this, and now we have an inline style for card. And the things I'm going to do to this is I'm going to take away that border. I'm going to make that none. Make that none. And then the padding, I don't want any padding because you see how they're so far apart. Their margin is extremely far apart, and their max width I actually need to change as well, because right now it's being I also want to make that 100%, and I'll show you why. Because the card class is inside of a bigger class that's wrapped around it. So, and we need to kind of change some things around. So the ID of this is actually accordion. If you look at the code that comes from Bootstrap by default. So we also want to change that. I want to change the width of that to be 50%. I want to change the max width of this box to be, I think, 100%. And I want the margin, I always talk about doing this in my other videos, 0 pixels auto will center it. All right, because I want to mess with our accordion a little bit, and I want it to center and then get rid of this weird styling, and that should do quite a bit better. All right, much better. So now we have a full width accordion, and see how I kind of got rid of a lot of that weirdness to it? Yeah, so that's much better. I've actually had to do this before. That's why I'm familiar with this code right here, because I've had to do this before in the back end. And I like setting up sites like this, settings pages, because I like how I can like group different forms into different items, and you're going to see how we're going to do that right now. All right, so that's pretty good on that. The other thing is WP wrap is actually the ID that is the background of this entire thing. So we're going to go ahead and just change that too. And I told you at the very beginning I would change the background to black just to give it like a little bit of difference, right? So let's go background color, and let's just go the color code. All right, and now behind it should change to black. All right, that's a lot better. So see how it kind of made it more unique? It doesn't look like a standard WordPress page. I did that just because I kind of liked the look of it. And also I am considering dropping the cards down to like 80%. We'll see, I don't know. Well, I keep saying I'm kind of doing it real time, so yeah, I'm all right with 80%. All right, now I kind of want to get moving on this because we have a little ways to go. All right, so that's all we're going to do for the in-page styling for the moment. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually go down to our accordion, and we're going to change each of the headers for our accordion. So by default, the first one's open. It's called collapse group item 1. We're going to change that, and I kind of want to say add a new tag mixer package. Let's change the second one to say edit an existing. Edit an existing tag mixer package. And then the last one is going to be, and this will have delete in it, by the way, too. And then the last one's going to be, I think we're going to make it add. I think I want to be able to add stuff. I'm just trying to think of exactly how I want to. Yeah, let's do that. Current tag mixer package settings. Okay, that's good. So that will change our page information at the backside. And I think beyond that, I don't know why it didn't center my my box though, because I did do margin and I did give it a 0 pix auto, so I'm not really sure why my accordion itself didn't center. It should have with this code right here. I'll look back into that in a minute. All right, so now back on back on the front end here. If we take a look, so now we have adding a tag mixer package, editing, and a current package settings. Well, that works out for us. And also, let's go ahead and change the H1 while I'm at it too. Let's change that to give it a style of. We want to give it a color, and I just want to make it white. And then I also want to steal some code from my other page, this one here, of my H1. And I just want to steal this font family Oswald. Or actually, I need to steal the whole thing. The reason we're doing that is because I kind of want it to be that same font as the other page, just to kind of keep congruency in the plugin. It's looking a little bit better, right? It's not so terrible. I do want this centered, and I will do that. Okay, so back in Bootstrap, what we're going to do is we're going to once again, we will once again coming to forms to steal a form, which is we're going to steal this base one again right here. Why do I keep doing that? Because I want to show you guys that you don't have to know really how to write it. You can actually just grab what you want from stuff that already exists. Let's paste it underneath because we're just going to get rid of some stuff and then we'll take it back up into its spot. So we don't need this text area. We don't need, I do kind of want a select, not a group though. I want a drop down. And then I want to keep this email as well. Okay, so because I'm going to have two text fields and a drop down field. So let's just take that and go back up to the first one here, which is adding a tag mixer package. And then let's grab all this here. Actually, I need to go Alt-Z to bring everything in. Let's grab this first one, get rid of that, and paste in our form. So now we are going to have a form to work with, which is much better. And if we head back out and refresh this page again, you'll see there's going to be a form in here. Perfect. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to create 3 fields. We're going to create a name of a package. We're going to create a package unique key, and then we're going to create a drop-down that shows the traffic sources or the sources, and I'll explain that in the next video when we create that code. So in this video, what I want to do, I just want to get to the point where our forms are built, and then the next video, like I said, we'll get into bringing in some information, all that for our drop-down. So let's take this back to one option, and then back up here, let's go ahead and start modifying our email field. We actually need to change it to a type text field. We're going to change this to like a tag mixer package name or something like that. That's fine. And the placeholder is just like the Home Depot or something. All right, now we have that, and let's go ahead and copy that and create another one. We just need to create another one just like it. And then this one's tag mixer package key, and we need that one as a key. And then this is just going to be this actually is not going to have a placeholder. It's actually going to have a value that right now is going to equal nothing. In the next video, we're going to set it, and it is disabled by default. And I'll explain that in the next video, why we're going to do that. So, and also, by the way, we need to give these a name as well, because as you know, when we send them through via GET or via POST, they have to send by name. And the name I want to be the same as the ID in this case. And this first one's going to be the tag mixer package name, and the next one's going to say the tag mixer package key. All this is pretty straightforward, you guys. I'm really sure this is not anything difficult. We're just kind of doing basic housekeeping stuff here, but I at least wanted to show it to you versus not even make a video and just go right over it. Okay, so in the options here, we're actually going to have a PHP output. That's going to be the next video as well. We're going to grab our sources and add them here, our source keys, so they can be saved with this group. So that's pretty good for the moment. Let's actually change this to say predefined traffic sources, and then this one's just going to say like source keys and source keys, and the name's going to be source keys. Once again, it will all be in the GitHub. All right, let's take a look at what we got. It should have changed it all, and we should have a disabled box, a tag mixer package names box, and a predefined traffic sources box. The last thing we need to do is we need to add a button, and the way we can do that is let's take a submit button from something else in here, such as this one here, and just add it at the bottom. Give ourselves a nice submit button. We're going to say button BTN primary. I'm actually going to say BTN large, and then I want to do button success. And we're going to say save the new package. Right. Okay, so at this point, it's looking pretty good. It's shaping up. And now we have a form inside of that first accordion, right? Which is now we can save a new tag mixer package. I was going to consider putting in some text as well to kind of tell the user what each one does. And I might do that, but if I do, I'll probably speed up that part because it'll take a while for me to write it out. Okay guys, so I just went ahead, like I said, and fast forward the part where I wrote out the text I wanted to write out, and I actually changed a couple things. The first of all, I was telling you that this wouldn't center for me. That was because I made it an ID by giving it a hashtag. It was actually a class for accordion, and then it worked. All I did was change the hash to a period, and then changed. And as far as this text, I went ahead and added this text in, gave it the same text, and then I centered our H1 by just adding text-align center in that, and then it centered in, and then wrapping center around that paragraph tag for this. And then I added a little bit of text to this that just says create a tag mixer package below by setting a new name class and optionally selecting a source ID, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of want to give that a little space. It just seems like it's so close. It's making me uncomfortable. It's too close. So we got to get that away from there. Okay, that'll be quite a bit better. It won't be better. Let's see. I think I needed it after this one here. Add a tag mixer package. Let me just take a look back. No, I need it before the form. So maybe just add a couple of them here. I keep saying to you guys too, I do not ever type on a regular keyboard. I always use an ergonomic keyboard, so it's so strange to make these videos on this. All right, that's much better. All right, so that's really where I'm going to end this one off. I just wanted to show you guys me actually designing this page and putting it together versus I just jump into doing some PHP stuff, and you guys are like, wait a second. Where did that page come from? Because I hadn't created it to this point. So anyway, in this video, that was all I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of get our page together and show you the design I had in mind for it, which was a new accordion, making the background black so it was a little more interesting than our just regular mixer settings page. This one still looks okay. I think it's pretty more spaced out than I want it to be. Like you have to scroll to see the options. but this one looks pretty good, and it's opening this one by default. So what's going to happen is the user is going to create a tag mixer package, the page is going to refresh, and then it's going to open this one, and that's going to have all their stuff they can add into their tag mixer package. So that's the plan right now. But anyway, hey, if you guys like these videos, just subscribe, will you? And if you are subscribed, I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you are getting more value out of these. So hey, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, where we actually add a couple of PHP calls to this to add in our predefined traffic sources, as well as prepare the form to add the new custom post, because we're going to add that in shortly, and then generate a random key for each tag mixer package. That'll make sense in the next video as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys there when that one comes out.